Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen, and you're watching Recreational Knitting Podcast. Beautiful day here in Concord, North Carolina, where we have stopped for a few months to get some medical treatment. We travel in our 39-foot motorhome and have been doing so since December 19th. And if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a while, you know that we have been traveling, but this is our home spot for a bit while we get some medical treatment. I'm getting physical therapy, and Luke had surgery, and he's doing very, very well. He goes back to the doctor tomorrow and see what is the new recommendation, whether he is going to get some further physical therapy or not. So, welcome. You can find me on Ravelry at samplergal, and you can find me on Instagram, which I don't go on to very often, under Recreational Knitting Podcast. If you need to get a hold of me, my email is below, samplergal.1@gmail.com. So welcome. It is February the 6th, 2023, and I have a finished object. If you call a finished object something off the needles and not blocked yet. This is my Autumn League pullover, which I made with Knit Picks Upcycled, which is 33% alpaca, 33% wool, and 34% acrylic. I really like it. It's very warm. It's a cool 50 degrees, 49 degrees, and this is feeling pretty good out here. I like it. So it's finished. If you see stitch markers on, let me know. I really like the way that the fabric has worked up. I think if I were to do this again, I'd go down a needle, or maybe even two. Probably just one needle though. It's a little bit big, but it's supposed to have a lot of ease. And let me stand up and show you what I mean. And it's funny because I didn't ever put this on the needles because I thought, oh gosh, those measurements don't look like they'd give me enough ease. They give you plenty of ease. So, yeah. But when I learned from Aquila of a Lefty Knitter podcast that she had made additional sizes, I thought, all right, this is my time. I can go to the extra, extra large, or whatever it was that I started. I started with the extra, extra large, and I soon realized that that was probably too big. So, I, as we all do, kind of weaseled around the old stitch count and made it an extra large. And I think that I could actually go down a size if I were to continue with a size 7 needle on this particular yarn. So I like it. This is in the sage colorway, and it's just nice and comfy. I really like it. I'm pleased, and I'm hoping that it will block lovely in this weather we're having today. No other finished objects. I felt a sweater is a good finished object to have, but I have a couple whips that I've really been trying to work on. For our Whip Be Gone, and I'll put it down here, 2023. You can find that on Ravelry. Oh, some of you have been posting beautiful, beautiful projects and amazing talent that we have out there in this group. Yeah, it's amazing. We've got some sweaters, we've got shawls, we've got scarves, we've got socks, lovely, lovely hats, everything is in there. And Celeste did claim her prize. And oh, I forgot to pick one. I'll probably put that at the end of this because I left that back in the camper. what can I say? All right, I'll show you. Oh, I forgot one of my projects that I've been working on, but you know, it's minimal. Those of you that have been following me a while, and of course this is in the middle of a row because, you know, that's how it always works. This is my habitation throw. This is by Helen Stewart. I love the colors. Let's see if I can get to where I showed you the last time. I still have my little bluebird in here, but I'm starting on the decreases. I've just decided it's enough. Here's my little bluebird. Hope you can see this. There's my little bluebird. That's where I showed you I was the last time. Significant progress, right? And this is where I started the decrease. So I've just now started the decrease, but it's the decrease. You know, it's always nice rolling downhill. So less stitches each time. I have no idea how many stitches I eventually had. I just kept knitting and knitting and said, you know, I think I might be done. And yeah, so lovely. I just love scrappy stuff. You know, this is really has been a favorite of mine. For those of you that are new, this is simply scrap yarns that I've had been fingering weight. Many of them I can identify. This was a sweater that I made. I used this on several pairs of socks, toes and heels, as well as part of a sock, the leg for my daughter. This was part of a vest that I made. These were part of socks that I made. Couple episodes back where I showed you bad darning pictures. That's that sock. So there's lots of socks in here that I had scraps of. So every time I pick a new one, and this is one that I made. This is, I think, West Yorkshire Spinners. Don't know, I forget the colorway. I caught Miami because it had orange and everything in it. They need to ask me about what to name those colorways. That was a pair of socks that I did last year, I believe. So, it's coming. I'm also working on the light blue Anchor summer top, and I've made pretty good progress on that, and that I left back in the camper. You'll see that next time. And the other thing that I've been working on is my Yum by Isabel Kramer. How come I have two balls of yarn here? Yeah, this has been a challenge for me. I don't exactly know why, but it has, and it's going to continue to be, I'm certain. This is the front, so I've gotten over the lace. The marker is where I showed you the last time, so I've gotten over the lace and I'm into the body. I've split for the sleeves, and I love this yarn. This is no, it's not Queensley. Yes, it is Queensley. United in the Marsh. Do like it. It's, let me get this right, because I always want to call it 50-50, and I don't think it is. 55% lamb's wool and 45% cotton. It is quite soft, and all the yarn is of the same dye lot, and for some unknown reason, along here, I don't know whether you can see it, but it's just slightly difference in color. So I'm hoping that when this is blocked, there's some yarn dye that comes out of the finished object and kind of makes it all right. That's my hope. Otherwise, I'm going to wear it with a line. Yeah. Anyway, that's being kept in this bag. I won't name the maker because I'm not real happy with the bag. It's got a metal zipper. Who puts metal zippers on? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. All right, acquisitions. I have a couple and they've been lost in the mail. Well, one of them has been lost in the mail. I'll show you that one first. This has been all over. There's 3, enough for a summer sweater, as I live in Florida most of the time. This is Noro Sonata. This is 35% cotton, 25% viscose, 20% silk, and 20% polyamide. So this has been lost in the mail for at least 2 months. Yeah, don't know. But at least I got it. I really thought I was going to have to just write it off, but I didn't. It eventually came. There are 360 meters and 100 grams, so I have approximately, almost 1,100 yards here. And it is a single ply, as is all Noro. And I am thinking of either a rocket tee. I'm going to try it again. This might not be the yarn to try it. Or try to find a new pattern. So Casapinka does a lot of short sleeve sweaters, so I'll be looking into her vault of patterns and see what I can do with this. I bought it, it's been so long, I bought it with an intention. I don't remember. And then I got 3 balls of the Remix Light, and this is in the colorway, yeah, 6949. I think they call it, well, it's a navy blue. I don't know. Denim blue, I think is what they called it. This is all recycled fibers, which I really like. 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen. Is that coming in? Come on. Anywho, this is made by Barocco, and I can make an anchor summer shirt, which that is exactly what I'm going to make. I've made 2 already. One in a turquoisey, teal, I think they called it peacock, and the other one is like a pumpkin orange, not a bright pumpkin, but an autumn orange. And I've made 2 of them already, and I'm making a light blue one with a different yarn, but this would be going back to my remix, which I really, really like. So yeah, this is, I like this yarn, and it's very reasonable. Again, lost in the mail, but at least I remembered what I was going to use it for. And the last item that I got, and I've been looking at this for quite a while, and this is Knit Picks. They are the short interchangeable needles in the green, the Caspian wood. I don't know whether you can see them very well, but they go from US 4 to US 10. I probably won't ever use these big ones. Who knows though? I do have a ranunculus that I may need them. Who knows? But they're short little tips, 2 3/4, and I used them on the sleeves of this particular sweater, and I really, really like them. I've looked at these for a long time, and I decided to pull the trigger. So those are my acquisitions. One being lost, or a couple being lost in the mail, and one coming pretty much overnight. So We are in the middle of, you've got a couple weeks now, 3 weeks before the end of our make-along. And I'm hoping that we'll have plenty of entries. Again, I said I'll put, at the end of this podcast, I'll put a winner. And I'm going to show you some pictures of, I believe it's going to be Northern Oregon. Yes, Northern Oregon. I showed you the Southern Oregon coast. So I want to show you what Northern Oregon looks like. And there may be some Eastern Oregon pictures in there as well. Lovely area. It's one of the areas, if it weren't so dark, I would love to live. Yeah, it just gets dark too early. And a lot of rain, a lot of gray. So I like the sun. And yeah, but the Northern Oregon coastline and surrounds have Astoria, which is where the Goonies were filmed. And we tried to find the house. We found the house, but the actual road was under construction. It was closed, and we could not get in there with our rig. So I would have a picture of the Goonies house, but yeah, I hear it's kind of run down. I don't know if that's the truth, but yeah, Astoria is very hilly. And if you go south of that, you'll get into the Portland area, Seaside, and Cannon Beach. So I'll share what I have picture-wise and film-wise of that with you now. Make sure you keep knitting on those whips. Get those out of your closet. I feel good that I've gotten a pair of socks and a big sweater out of my whip closet. That's 2 for me. Obviously, I can't win prizes, but you can. So make sure you get those posted to, you can post them on Instagram, that's great, that's wonderful. Show them off, but also make sure you put them in the Ravelry thread, Recreational Knitting Finished Objects. Okay? And on that note, I want you to have a glorious day. Look at the sun, look at the beauty, enjoy the warmth if you have it. I think today is the day that everybody is supposed to get out of the deep freeze. And just knit in peace. Bye.